Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rants and Rabbit Trails. I'm your host, Pearl.
And I'm your host, Morgan.
And today is a day.
It is a day. So I have a pretty lengthy list of things to just talk about.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever
I've got a few things.
explained a little bit of our vibe so far with our ranty episodes. It's just like
We just kind of started doing it.
Throughout the week, I'll just like make notes in my note app of like random things that I was like, oh, I want to talk to Pearl about that or bring up. So that's like no rhyme or reason other than like a discombobulated notes app.
Oh, it's the best. It's my favorite. Because this is like what I normally do to try and remember to like continue looking into myself, and then I just never look at it again.
Yeah.
But with you, I can write it down and actually have someone to talk about it and a place and a time. Mm-hmm. Anyway, what do you got for me?
I have so many random things. Did I mention last week that my phone autocorrects things now to Astarian?
Oh my god, how is that? How can that be such a common occurrence? Like, I'm obsessed with that.
I don't know. I don't know. If anybody has somehow missed this train of events and train of thoughts,
under a rock.
Long story short, I am a whore. No.
I'm a whore, you idiot.
I'm a whore. There's a video game called Baldur's Gate 3. There's a hot Twinkie vampire in it named Astarian. and I'm in love with this group of pixels, okay?
Any reasonable person would be.
You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think we're pretty sane.
Normal people. So normal.
Normal people shit.
I'm so normal.
If there's one word I would use to describe myself,
it's normal.
It's normal.
Yeah, that was, I don't know if I had mentioned that. So
I love that.
I don't know how it's like caught on so quickly, because sometimes I feel like autocorrect will like take months to actually work the way you want it to. And then
maybe it's the volume of times typed.
Well, yeah.
Volume. Anyway, I love that for you.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Second of all, I just have 4 words for you, okay? Troye Sivan in drag. Can we just take a moment and give her the attention that she deserves? Because holy fucking shit, Troye Sivan in drag.
First of all, not that he ever, like, went away, but the Troyenaissance we're having right now.
The Troyenaissance? Yes.
Is really just
beautiful.
I'm living for it.
Yeah, it really, like, oh my god, there are so many things that are coming back or making comebacks now that, like,
I know!
That I was so into in high school and stuff, like, Dan
it's
and Phil games,
teenager.
And Troye Sivan coming out. Fuck, just with such good music. And then in drag, yeah,
absolute flawless. I mean, also
he
Ross
ate that.
Lynch.
I hear Ross Lynch. Hello.
Can you not
tone it down?
I'm fucking dying. I was gonna mention this the other day, but I'm kind of glad I didn't, because now we're on the subject. I was watching that because Nathan, my friend, my bestie Nathan, is visiting right now. And no, we weren't watching it. I think it was that song came up on like the Spotify playlist we were listening to.
Oh, one of your girls.
Like, oh my god, Ross Lynch, have you seen this music video? And he was like, no. And then he's like looking at the artwork for the single or
the
whatever.
Album art is.
And he was, are they dating?
Have you seen the TikTok?
I'm fucking crying. I've seen a lot of TikToks. What are you talking about?
Troy posting a TikTok of saying like Ross Lynch saying like, yeah, he's free and
the heart eyes
able
filter.
to shoot. Yeah. And then Ross stitched it, and he was like jumping around on the beach or whatever.
Oh yeah, I saw.
And there's a comment that's like, Ross's job is beach. No, for real though, just, and then
chef's kiss in every sense.
Being attracted to just people in general, that was really something to experience. That was like,
oh, for real.
Hello, that is the most stunning woman I've ever seen in my life. Like, Troye Sivan looks better than I do. Oh,
no.
yeah, amazing.
For real, let's not even get into that.
Absolutely amazing. King and queen shit. Speaking of Ross
Not to
Lynch,
mention the song is a banger. Not a banger, but like, it's banger.
It's a bop.
It's a bop.
Bop after bop. That's just how he rolls, I suppose. That's how he rolls, I fear.
I fear it is just how he rolls.
Have you listened to it, Your Honor? Ross Lynch. Speaking of Ross Lynch, did you know that I saw him in concert?
No.
Yeah, my cousin and I went and saw his old band with his family, like his brothers and sisters.
What was that called again?
R5.
Oh my god, I love this for you.
My cousin and I went to see them in Portland. Like, God, I don't even know if we were freshmen in high school. I think we might have been in middle school. I'm not sure.
Oh,
we could have been.
Glory days.
I can't remember exactly when, but yeah, I have a photo with Ross Lynch, so everybody be jealous.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Can we post it?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Let me find it so I can send it to you. It's
speaking of Ross Lynch, throwback to when I was obsessed with. Wait, is that Ross Lynch? Teen Beach Movie?
Yes.
Oh my god,
dude. Yeah, here it is. Found it.
Oh my god, I'm so ready.
So,
oh my god. This is the best.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
Yep.
Wow.
2013.
No.
That was 10 years ago. I was 15. Speaking of, my birthday's tomorrow. Ross Lynch, call me.
If you see this, Ross Lynch, text me.
Is that happy birthday? No.
Happy fucking early birthday, dude.
Thank you. Thanks.
Another year around the river bend.
Just around the river bend.
You got it.
Yeah.
You fucking got it. Do you have any plans, or are you just vibing?
I'm just gonna be vibing, man.
Nice.
Today's Friday, right? Yeah, it's the 20th.
Yeah, it's Friday.
It just, like, glitched out for a moment. I was like, wait, is my birthday tomorrow? Yes, it is. I don't have any plans. On Sunday, I'm gonna go to the pumpkin patch with my sisters.
Lovely.
So I'm excited for that. And then maybe we might have a birthday dinner at some point. And I said months ago that I want to have a Hobbit-themed birthday dinner.
Oh my god. Fuck yes.
So we might have a Hobbit party.
I love that. That's so fucking great.
Yep. So maybe at some point.
For the frontal lobe development.
Yes. Yeah, you guys, this is a fully developed brain. So,
God. Say goodbye.
It just goes downhill from here. That's a scary thought.
Hopefully it goes up.
No, just look at these. I'm saying look at these photos like you could see them.
Also, I'm realizing now, I'm truly a crazy cat lady, because look at this mug I'm holding.
Oh my gosh, you guys, her mug is just like, there's just a photo of a cat.
It's my old cat. I can't remember who gave this to me. Yeah, it's my old cat, Marshall. My sweet baby angel. Rest in peace. But I got this mug, and it's great. And it's pink on the inside, and the handle's pink, and I love it.
That is such a cute fucking mug.
Thank you. It's my fave.
I always forget that happened. That, like, there's a photo of me that exists with Ross Lynch and his old band.
That is just simply wonderful.
Yeah, it's something. It's kind of like a fever dream.
My entire life.
But you said that you went to see One Direction.
I did not meet One Direction, but yes, I saw One Direction, and it was the best day of my life. And then I saw 5 Seconds of Summer, and that was the best day of my life.
I've seen 5 Seconds of Summer too. That was so fun.
Maybe it weren't the same thing. Was it when they played at like the huge arena?
No, I was on a road trip back up here from California, so I think we might have been in California or in Oregon, but it was outside. It was like a huge outdoor venue. So
I can never remember which ones the Seattle ones are. I saw it at one of those.
Mm-hmm. It was super fun though, and it was so nice being outside. It just gets so hot. Even though it was summer when we went to see them, like, so even at nighttime it was still pretty warm. It was
Especially
still like,
if you were in California though.
It was so nice. It's so fucking fun. So fun.
It's been so long since I've been to a concert. Bro.
I know. I want to go to a concert so bad. I was just talking about that with Noah.
Noah.
He went to go see Joji.
I know, I was so jealous.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Yeah, I saw that. He had posted on his story, and I messaged him. I was like, excuse me?
I feel like
did you go see Joji? Yeah. He said I think he's been to see him like twice or something.
Oh, shit. I was meaning like he's gone to multiple concerts recently, but
yeah,
I'm also jealous
so
of that.
Too. And I told him,
living the life.
Like, I almost got tickets to go see Greta Van Fleet when they were in Seattle a few months ago. And, like, I don't think I'll ever stop kicking myself until they come back and I actually go. But I was like, I almost went to go see them, and I'm really sad I didn't, and it's all
I'm
like
sure they'll be
anxiety
back,
and stuff that keeps me from doing
that. So fucking hard.
But yeah, next time someone's here and I want to see them, I'm gonna talk to Noah and be like, hey, do you want to go with me? I'll talk to you too. We can all just go.
Yeah.
Go have a party. Yeah,
fun.
It's been such a long time since I've been to a concert, though. I think the last time I went to a concert was the Hozier concert.
I think my last one was when I went to the Gorge, which I think was in like 2018 or something like that. Like, or maybe it hasn't been that long. Maybe it was like 2019.
That is all the difference.
I feel like that was the last one, and I hope it was, because that was the best ever. And if that was the last concert I ever went to, I would be satisfied.
Yeah.
Slay. I've been cracking up at this list because my first one on there is just the au jus incident. Because I wanted to tell you, Zach and I were out doing a bunch of errands. Like, we went to the dump and like got all this stuff that we had been kind of putting off done. And we were rewarding ourselves with steak sandwiches. And we were so excited. And I had taken a little bit of an edible before we left the house. And I didn't think it was going to kick in that much. Or that soon. And I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like, why does my leg feel wet? I'm holding the bag of food on my lap.
Oh, no.
It just reaches over and touches the top of my leg. And he's like, your pants are fucking wet, bro. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, huh. I just thought like the seat warmers were like doing something. And then I lift up the bag and like the entire cup of au jus has leaked all over my pants.
Oh.
It's like the leg, my entire leg was sopping wet with au jus. And I was like, just high enough to where I was like, I think I'm just warm or something. I don't fucking know. And then as soon as I noticed it, I was like hyper fixated on it, and my leg, I was wearing sweatpants and it was like sticking to my leg, and I just smelled like fucking gravy, but not in a good way. But it was so fucking funny, and I was dying laughing too.
Oh my god.
I was like, there's so many emotions happening right now. It was a very Pearl moment.
Dude, the Aju incident. I like the title. In history books.
I had to drive home like 20 minutes just with the worst sensory leg.
Ew. Oh my gosh. That is so funny,
but
though.
The sandwiches were worth it.
Did they slap?
Slapped really hard.
Damn. Yeah, I know exactly that level of high that you're talking about. Of like,
I almost like didn't even realize that I was high. It was like really nice, honestly, until that happened. Then I was like, I'm a little overwhelmed by everything that's going on right now.
This is kind of a lot for me.
I recovered, and when I got my fucking pants off.
Yeah, I'm sure that made all the difference. Just like schlick that meat. Soaked. That's
meat-soaked sweats.
Meat-soaked sweats. New band name.
I was gonna say band name. I call it.
Yeah, meat-soaked sweats. Yeah, I want to try and make homemade French dip.
Oh my god, bro!
I made. Dude, okay, I made homemade enchiladas.
Ooh.
For the first time yesterday.
Yum. Were they good?
Like,
were they delicious? Bites knuckle.
Yeah, it was really good, and I feel like every time I try a new recipe or try something new and it comes out successfully, I'm like one step closer to being a semi-functional adult. Like I have like this internal feeling of pride, like, dude, I made this sustenance.
Cooking ain't easy.
I can do it. Like,
okay, it does feel like a really big accomplishment. Every time me and Zach make something and it turns out well, it's like an hour-long conversation.
I ask multiple times.
Am I just like tripping right now, or is this the best thing we've ever made in our lives?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's so fun.
Yeah, I'm sure I drive Isaiah crazy because I ask so many times, or I like bring it up multiple times. I'll ask sometimes before he's even had a bite, like, do you like it? Is it good?
Do you like the smell?
Do you think it's good?
It?
Does it taste okay? And he's like, yeah, this tastes great. And then I'll try it, and then it'll taste good. It'll taste great, and then I'll say, "This is really good. Isn't this good?" Yes, honey. Yes, honey, it's good. And I'm like, I'm so happy with how this turned out. And like, I'm sure I drive him.
It's an ongoing process.
Insane. But I'm like, I feel so happy when something turns out well.
No, as you should. Like, we literally won't stop talking about it. We'll just keep bringing it up. It'll be over and dead and gone. And then we're like, remember that? Like, did I send you the picture of the beef stew I made?
No. I send you photos of my soups.
I think I was just too busy creaming, to be honest.
That's totally fair.
It was so fucking good. I mean, it was like slow roasted in the oven for like 4 hours almost.
Oh my god.
It was so fucking good. And then we took it with us when we went camping. We took
my god!
With the fucking rain on our canopy, eating some fucking stew. And I made rolls to go with the stew too.
Fuck me up, dog. Jesus, that sounds so good.
No, I'm obsessed.
I do feel like a witch, like over her bubbling cauldron whenever I make stew or soup, though. I'm like, it's a really good feeling.
It is. It makes me feel so like when I was a kid and I was making, stew in the mud.
Yeah, with like dirt and grass and
Which I don't know. Did you do that a lot as a kid? Because
Yeah.
I was obsessed with
Yeah.
like making potions and like making
Mhm.
fake nature food.
I made
It was my
yeah,
favorite.
I did that all the time.
It's the best.
It's definitely not just you.
Yeah, like the bitches that did that are definitely playing Baldur's Gate now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hot girls used to
Hot
make
girls?
potions.
Make
out of
potions with dirt.
dirt and grass as a kid.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody who used to do that, you're fucking hot now. You're
fucking
hottie.
hot.
You're hottie McBody. Own it.
And I love you a lottie.
Smooches. Okay. Okay, this just happened right before we started recording. I was watching TikTok, naturally.
Yeah.
And and somebody commented, that's what she said. And then somebody commented underneath and said, she? And I literally threw my phone because I was like, there is no goddamn way that you did not understand that joke. Like, there's no way that's like, are we just not people of culture anymore? Like, are we not teaching children anymore? Am I that old? Are we that old that's like goes over people's heads?
I don't
Like,
know.
She? Bitch! What the fuck? That's what she said.
We have to preserve our culture.
Literally, like, what is happening? Speaking of, have you like heard the fucking absolute nonsense and gibberish that is going around that's like, we went from Chug Jug with you. You know Chug Jug with you, right?
Yes.
Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I was like, I know what this is. Yes, definitely.
Chug Jug with you.
Mm-hmm.
Iconic. Okay.
Absolutely iconic.
Going down in history forever.
Mm-hmm.
We went from Chug Jug with you to whatever the fuck it is now, where it's like, you're so skibbity. You're so phantom taxed. I just wanna be your Sigma. What the fuck is happening? I searched. I searched and I tried to figure out where that
Our
shit
age
came
is
from.
showing.
Yeah. And I'm like, I feel, is this how millennials feel?
Okay,
Towards
so
like us, towards Gen
when
Z?
I first saw that on TikTok, it was somebody stitching it and being like, it was a stitch of a stitch, I think. And the first person was like, Gen Xers are making memes now, like we're the next cringe on the chopping block, Gen Z. And then it was another stitch, and it was like, yeah, but Gen Xers were raised by millennials, so we'll see how
That's
that turns
true.
out. I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie.
It is concerning. I could not find anything. But yeah, it just made me think of Chug Jug with you and how golden that is. Like,
God, me and Nathan had that stuck in our head for months.
number one victory royale. Yeah,
Fortnite, we're about to get down.
Get down. I will like just walk around the house like singing that song. If I see something or hear it, it'll just be stuck in my head. And I'm like, 10 kills on the board right now. Just right down to me.
When even was that? Over a year
friend just got down. I revived him. Now we're heading south. Oh my gosh.
That is one that I mean, like, just that specific part, I'll just say, my friend just got down.
I revived him.
Now we're heading southbound.
Now
and then just
we're in
move
the Pleasant Park Street. Yeah. 2018.
No.
In 2021, apparently the like remix went viral.
Okay, I was like,
but
absolutely not.
But yeah, Chug Jug with You was 2018. What a bop. What a legend. I yeah, I don't think it's ironic anymore either. Like
No.
my love for that. Which makes me think of bad lip readings. Did you ever like drive around in the car with like a bad lip reading song playing?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. My sisters would do that with The Bushes of Love. Like, we were on our way to something a little while ago, and Lily put on The Bushes of Love, and that's the Star Wars one, or one of the Star Wars ones. And then one of my all-time favorites is Carl Papa.
That one is widespread.
Yep. That is literally masterpiece. I love it. It's so funny.
Wait, is bad lip reading like that account or whatever? Is that still a thing?
I think so, yeah. I feel like their big moment was like when we were back in high school or something.
They're still
I feel like
though.
mostly, at least what I've seen lately is like political, like debates and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Which are still pretty funny, but
Yeah. They're all
it's
funny,
no
to be
Carl
honest.
Papa.
I used to always watch the Twilight one.
Little
Like,
cookie
not-
boy. Never waved to me. So we got knocked out. The Twilight ones are good.
So good.
Yeah.
Also,
Smell like
remember
a
when they did
fish.
football ones?
Yeah, the football ones. The like NFL
Yeah.
Super Bowl ones or whatever. Those are always really funny
It always looks so accurate too.
too. Mm-hmm.
Like, how did they do this?
This is
so
yeah,
good.
it's just perfect.
Flawless.
Flawless. Absolutely.
I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
that just sent me back to what's your drink of choice?
A Negroni.
Spagliato. With Prosecco,
Prosecco in it.
Ooh.
Stunning.
Stunning.
Have you seen all the videos of people trying that shit and it being disgusting?
Yes.
Because like I feel like a Negroni is already something that not a lot of people order,
Yeah.
or not like it's not
Don't get
super.
Don't get us wrong. I love Emma. Okay?
Don't get us wrong.
They're
No,
beautiful.
I'm not saying like it's a bad drink. I'm just saying I think it's so funny when people go into it not having any idea what the drink actually is, even though
Mhm.
it's not. I don't know. It's hilarious. Be like, this is disgusting. They're like, what you think you was getting?
Yeah. I also feel like there are some people that'll just order something because it's like, oh, it's viral right now, and they don't actually like
It's like,
enjoy
what are the ingredients though?
Yeah, they don't
you-
actually enjoy the ingredients or enjoy a drink like that or whatever.
Right.
And they'll get it because it's viral, and they're like, yeah, this is disgusting. You didn't,
Bitch, it's disgusting to you.
disgusting. Anyway,
It was fucking one of yous.
it was one of you. This is going awry. So I have a really important question.
I'm so ready.
Do you think Sam and Frodo kissed on their way to Mordor?
Obviously. I'm not an idiot.
Right? Right?
I mean, come on. It was a long journey, my guy.
Yeah.
They needed
Yeah.
some moral support, some support.
Smooching? I think that they definitely smooched multiple times.
They smooched once or twice.
Once
at
or twice,
least.
perhaps? Perchance?
Perchance.
Perchance. Yeah, it's... Have you seen the...
Sean Astin, where he's talking about Frodo and Sam being gay for each other.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just seeing that the other day, actually.
Yeah.
It came up
He's
on
all
my
like...
TikTok, and I
He's
was
all
like,
personally, I think that they kissed. It's a... Right? He's like, well, first of all, how do you know they didn't? Then he like looks at the camera like
it's like Matthew Lillard talking about Billy and Stu. He's like, oh,
Billy
yeah,
and
their husband.
Stu, our husbands. Billy
Yeah.
and Stu,
Like, it's
Heart.
not that hard
Forever.
to understand. Billy and Stu forevs.
B and S, forever. Yeah. I've also like for some reason been whenever I'm carrying like heavy things, been like I feel like I'm Sam carrying Frodo up mountain. Like, come on, Mr. Frodo.
Oh my god. Honestly, that That provides the motivation one needs.
Yeah. I can't carry the ring, but I can carry you. Yeah, I've started working out, like, not a ton, just this past week. This past week with weights, which is
Slay, good for you.
Uncommon for me. And I've been very sore, but it's been great. And thinking of it like that has been helpful. I'm like, come on, Mr. Frodo.
Yes. Honestly, anything you can do.
Yeah. Do what you gotta do.
Oh, I love that. I was going to say, from last week's episode when we were talking about looking in the rear view and seeing something you don't want to see, and how I made it sound like when I drive at night, I don't use my mirrors.
You're like, I purposefully
try not to look in my rearview mirror, which, like, yes and no. You know, I'm obeying the rules of the road, but I was listening to that back and I just thought it sounded so funny. Me already being scared of driving, just being like, you know what? I'm just not gonna look out my windows.
Like, la 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 la.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah. I also like picture when I mentioned looking back in the rearview mirror and being worried that like you'll see something and you were like a ghoul. Now, like, I just think of ghouls from Baldur's Gate, and I don't know if that's worse or better.
I mean, a ghoul is
because,
a ghoul.
like, have you seen ghouls? Have you seen any ghouls in
I
your
don't
playthrough?
think I've seen ghouls yet.
Okay. They're ghoulish.
But I want to know.
They're ghoulish. And the way they run is very ghoulish, too. And, like, I just pictured, like, this ghoul chasing the car and seeing it in the rearview mirror.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, no, thanks.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the term ghoul because
I do love that word.
It reminds me of the Ghoul Boys, first of all.
Sup, ghouls.
Sup, ghouls.
It is a fun word.
Ghouls. I'm going to corn maze tonight.
What?
I'm so excited. I wonder if it's gonna rain. I should probably check on that.
Yo, I've never seen Signs, but
favorite.
I really want to. But my older sisters were talking about, and I'm totally behind this, watching Signs as a group and then going into a corn maze at night. And
I'm like, should I pregame my maze?
Yeah, pregame. And I obviously can't completely like get the context, but I do
get it.
I do understand. Yeah,
it's porn.
Yeah, I do understand like the spooky ooky aspect of watching a movie like that and then going to a corn maze at night. And I am so fucking down for that. Dude, that sounds so fun.
I don't want to do a haunted house or anything, but I would do that.
Mm-hmm.
Get me all up in that corn.
Get me up in that corn.
Also, Signs was like one of the first scary movies I watched.
Really?
And I was obsessed with it. It was kind of one of my spooky debuts.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that movie, and it's so good, and
I want to watch it. I'm gonna make a note on my sticky notepad so I don't forget. You know how my brain doesn't hold up like it used to, honey?
My brain doesn't hold up like it used to. Can relate.
Relatable. Yeah, I love the idea of something like that. One time, have you played much of like Call of Duty Zombies? Have I asked you that?
Never once in my life, actually.
Rock on. Okay.
But
don't do it. It sucks.
Oh, okay.
Wink.
You're trying to reverse psychology my own brain to me. I see.
No, I love zombies. I have played it for as long as I've played video games. Forever. And have you heard like the zombie sounds though?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
It's my favorite for some reason.
I love the sounds. Okay, it is so
I want to be doing that constantly, to be honest.
It literally is like a stim.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But one time in like high school or something, maybe, there was like our class would all go like to a corn maze or whatever, or like to the farm for a day or whatever. And we went and did that, and it was dark outside, and it was like sublime, like spooky weather, okay? The best spooky weather. Dark outside, chilly, and crispy, and the layer of fog just on top of the ground. Just like, yeah, just fog right on top of the ground.
Did you guys just hear me bust a nut?
Well, it's that weather is worthy of a nut being busted.
Yeah.
But that is the perfect, in my opinion, spooky weather. And of course, it was like out in a big field. So like you have like the tall grass and stuff, and then fog going through it. And it was perfect zombie weather. Zombie weather. And my brain has just always kind of been in that setting.
I think so much.
Like a lot of the maps, the sky is sort of like foggy and tinged orange from like fires or whatever. And there was one time when we were younger and the sky was like that from just the sunset or something, you know. Every once in a while, it'll just look orange outside. You're like, and I was like, it looks like zombies weather. And Lily was like, don't say that. And I was like, hee. But yeah, corn mazes just always make me think of that now. And if the weather isn't like spooky,
no, I prefer to go when the weather's spooky. I don't go during the daytime either, because like, I want the best chance for some spooky ooky weather.
Yeah.
And that's, you got to do the night maze. Honestly, I love going when it's wet and muddy too, but that's just me.
I do too.
It's the best. Honestly, I'm like, I love mud.
I am a pig, okay? I want to roll around in the mud.
Love puddles. I love mud. I don't really like being wet or dirty, but you know, sometimes
I know
love is enough to cancel it out.
What is that about though? Because I'm like, I don't like being wet. I don't like being dirty. It's really overstimulating. But I would love to run around outside in the pouring rain.
I would literally love to mudslide around in a fat puddle. Like,
exactly.
Give me that.
I think it's the moment that stops.
And it's like, can someone please hose me off with nice,
dirty.
gentle water?
Oh, I'm wet. I don't like being in wet clothes. I don't like feeling dirty.
The drive home? No.
Not great, but worth it.
But then you get home and you take a nice hot shower.
And then you're all cozy.
Get some tea. And then you watch a movie. Oh, I'm so excited.
So good.
Yeah, so that's great. I really want to someday maybe work up to going to a haunted corn maze, but I don't know if it's ever
going to happen. I don't know. I would rather be the one jumping out of the corn to scare people.
I wonder if I would be less scared to be like a scare actor or something. Like, would that help?
I'd love to be a scare actor.
Oh, I wonder.
I feel like you could
I would be getting spooked by the rest of the actors is my problem.
Really? But if you were one of them.
But if I was one of them, that's what
like you're all on a team.
Maybe it would help. Maybe it would cure me.
Yeah. That's like Dead by Daylight. Have you ever played that?
The tiniest little bit, because I kept getting too spooked.
Yeah. I have not. I have wanted to for years, but it's sort of the same thing where like I would love to play the killer, but I'd be like screaming.
Maybe if we play it together,
as the survivor, like
maybe if we play it together, we can cure each other.
Yeah, maybe it'll cancel out. I don't think it will.
Listen,
we can find out with
God
math.
Is really strong. So if we just pray.
How about you shut the fuck up? How about that?
I'm gonna pray for you. It's fine.
Thanks. But I'd love to be a scare actor. I feel like it would be
it's like theater but ghoulish.
It's also, I feel like it would be a really good, like, I feel like you could unmask in a lot of ways and just stim.
Well, yeah, I feel like
Because
that's
I
the
feel
fun
like
thing about
stimming is
acting.
already, like, people are already kind of freaked out by, by that. So, and
Yeah,
I feel like you could just,
unfortunately.
like, fully, like, get into,
Just
like, the autistic,
get
ghoulish.
your freak on.
Yeah.
Get your freakish ghoul on.
I feel like that'd be great. And, like, what's it called? I can't remember. Oh, a lot of autistic people have, like, hyperextending, like, joints or whatever, too. And, like, I feel like you could just really let out a lot of the, like, energy.
Speaking of zombies, have you ever done the zombie paintball thing?
I haven't.
I've always
The
wanted
one in
to do it.
Snohomish?
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be so fun!
I've always wanted to do it. It's funny. I think we know someone that still works there as a zombie. I also like the idea of that because it's like you're in the little vehicle or whatever. You're like contained.
You're in.
So there's
exactly.
It's a spooky, scary environment, but like, you know, more contained.
Exactly. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That feels more comfy than just being like out in the open.
Just walking through an area and having
Yeah.
people like standing right next to you.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I can't even stand next to a mannequin. I feel like I've said this before, but I get freaked out standing next to statues and mannequins. So someone in a costume really gets me. I also wrote down something that I thought of while I was listening back to the episode with your experience at the cemetery, seeing something weird.
Oh,
have I told you about that time when I thought I saw a UFO?
I don't think so.
I was like driving to work when I worked in Snohomish, and I saw a plane or something, and like there's a airport over there, so it's not weird to see planes, and it's also just not weird to see planes anyway. But I just immediately, when I saw the plane, I thought to myself, when that disappears behind that cloud, there was just like a small cloud to where like it would have flown behind the cloud and then I would be able to see it again.
Reemerge.
I thought to myself, I'm not going to be able to see that when it comes out on the other side. And I didn't. And it was just super fucking weird. Like, I got the strangest feeling when I saw it didn't look like a normal plane.
What time? So you saw it in the sky, so it was like daytime?
It was daytime. It was like towards the evening though. And it was just so weird. Like, it would not have disappeared from my view in the sky, if that makes sense.
Even
like,
if it like turned?
Yeah. Like, I had like the biggest, clearest view of the sky. There weren't many clouds. And it was just so weird. And I was like, why would I think that? Why would I think that? And then it went behind the cloud and I was like, I really hope it comes out. And then it didn't. And I don't know. I just remember being like, it was less of the experience of like seeing the plane and then not seeing it. It was more of like, why did I get such
weird
a strong feeling immediately when I looked at it? That's never happened to me before.
Sometimes vibes are just weird. Yeah, there are some places. I know that downtown Snohomish, a lot of the places will say like they're haunted and stuff, you know? And I don't think all of them are. I think that a lot of the places are just kind of like riding that wave, or like it's popular, so or like it'll give them attention.
They're like, Old Town Snohomish, come for the vibes and the ghouls.
And for like the ghosts and stuff, it's haunted. Yeah. I definitely do think that some of the places down there, though, have some really, really weird, uncomfortable vibes. And I think that there are definitely some places that something's going on. Have you
I wouldn't be
been
surprised.
Anywhere down there that, like, gives you that feeling?
I mean, downtown Snohomish is just kind of interesting.
It's hard for me because I do feel like I can pick up on like vibes easier than some people can, you know? Or I'm just kind of like in tune to that. And I think just in general it has interesting energy because it's old.
It's old.
And like in general an antique store feels
right. There's more energy to pick up
kind
on,
of
I feel
chaotic and like
Yeah.
because there's so many different vibes going
Like,
on in an
most of the
antique shop.
antique stores in Snohomish are like expansive, shall we say,
Yeah.
with lot of items. Yeah, no, I've definitely gotten like weird vibes or interesting vibes. I don't know. It's hard for me to distinguish between what is like my normal anxiety and like that kind of thing
Mhm.
between like when I'm picking up on something, because I feel like I've always just told myself I'm crazy kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, and that is, I feel like, really, really valid. But
Yeah, so like I feel like
there-
I felt a lot of stuff, but
Mhm.
I never really considered it past the moment. So
Yeah. There are places, though, that I feel like I can kind of distinguish when it's repetitive, you know?
like
When it's like,
where?
there is a antique store on the side of the pie company, like on that side of the street. I can't remember what it's called. I don't really even know if it's still there or not. But
Is it the one with the really creepy downstairs?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
That place, I feel like I can tell when it's something like that, whereas like as soon as you cross a threshold, and it's repetitive, you know, like as soon as I went down those stairs, it was like such dark, like heavy, gross, uncomfortable energy that
It
like made me want to
literally
throw up.
looks like there's been like that downstairs could have been fucking anything, dog.
Yeah. And then when that feeling goes away, when you leave that area, that's what makes me really, really sort of like,
See, I've always had
what's going
trouble with that
on?
because like I have always been super afraid of like the dark and of I don't know, just like dark dank spaces.
Mhm.
But I feel like we were a little bit talking about this. Thinking on it now, I'm like, my fear of those spaces when I was younger was probably me picking up on shit and not
Mhm.
just regular, you know, children being
Exactly.
spooked. Because a lot of it was places that I had no reason to really be spooked by.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that place is fucking. Yeah.
Well, same for me too, because we've mentioned this in a previous episode where like my old neighbors, like their basement gave me those vibes too, but their house was, nobody else had lived in it before them. It was a new house, a new construction. Like,
It's like, why?
why would it feel that way?
But then it's like, why
you
not,
know?
bitch? You're the one feeling it. Like,
But then it's like, yeah, like as a kid too, not
Well, and-
knowing what the fuck is going on, only knowing that this is really uncomfortable, like you feel really sick and gross in here.
us growing up in the community that we did, when you feel anything out of the ordinary, it's either the devil or like an angel or God.
The Holy Spirit is telling you that you shouldn't be in there. Okay.
So yeah, I love how everything was dark was just brushed off as like,
I know.
just the devil and he's trying to.
Right? I'm sorry you're depressed. Have you prayed about it?
I think God's just testing you.
Well, if he hasn't taken away, then maybe there's still a lesson you need to learn.
So we need to go. Oh my god, fuck.
But I feel like, I don't know.
We need to ghost investigate, bro.
That's what I was just gonna say. Like, we should go. Could you? Okay, have we talked about?
I don't
like doing
well, I can't remember
investigations on here
that's ever happened ever. So I'm not.
We've been toying with the idea of in the future doing some
ghost investigating,
some ghost hunting. As complete amateurs that have never done it before,
there's plenty of places
and total pussies, but in tune with energy, dudes.
Literally such little bitches.
Yeah, but I am a sponge. I feel like you're a sponge too. Like you just soak up like the energy that's around you.
Oh yeah,
you pick it up.
Unfortunately,
super unfortunate. But
if I was better at like regulating that, it would be great.
Right.
But yeah, I think we would make some great ghosty investigators.
Yeah. And I said that if we ever do that, we should definitely record like our journey or our drive on the way there too, because it would just be us screaming the entire time,
pooping and peeing,
and then going home would also be screaming or crying.
And
I think it'd be pretty funny.
Something.
I think it'd be pretty funny, pretty entertaining.
I think it would be great.
But yeah, here's my little note that I have. It says watch signs. By the way, to follow up from our discussions last week about the Oddfellows,
we did start listening.
Yeah, we did listen to the Oddfellows podcast we mentioned last week, or the episodes, and we are shook.
We are shook.
Totally, if you're into secret societies or weird shit like that, check it out, because I'm at a loss for fucking words, because this is like, they mentioned that the Oddfellows were like even bigger than the Freemasons at one point, which is crazy to me. Crazy to me.
Crazy,
like, especially
for the fact that I've
growing up.
never heard of Oddfellows,
right?
And living in Monroe.
Yeah, in that area where they had a lodge.
In part 2, they were talking about how the average age of an Oddfellow now is 65. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Sounds right. Yeah, sounds
fucking
about right.
100-year-old old men fucking... Ugh.
Yeah, but in the spirit of spooky month, if you're into that sort
and it
of
was
vibe,
a really
check
good
it out.
podcast. I that made me want to listen to that podcast
Mm-hmm.
more. This was like 2 40-minute episodes, and I did not.
It was very cinematic too. Like it felt like listening to a documentary.
Digestible and like kept my attention, which is not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's, what's it called?
Secret Societies on Spotify
or wherever. I listened to it on Apple Podcasts.
Oh, you did? I didn't know if it was only on Spotify.
Oh, it does say it's a Spotify original. Oh, fun.
But yeah, anyway, do you have any closing thoughts for our
closing statements
today? Horde. I just
horror. HW.
Horde.
HW. I was gonna say WHOARD. Horde.
Horde. Any closing thoughts for our horde? Today?
Thank you to our Lord and Savior Troye Sivan for existing.
Thank you.
Thank you for blessing us with another day on Earth.
Thank you. Live long and prosper, Troye Sivan.
Troye Sivan and Troye Sivan only. Good morning, good evening.
Slay Queen. Amen.
Sleep well.
Well, next week you can look forward to a groovy Halloween special that we have in mind just for you. Just for you, lovelies.
Just for you.
Yeah, next week is Halloween. So I hope you guys prepare or have prepared accordingly. Get that candy. Dress up. If you don't dress up because you're like, I'm an adult.
If that's the reason you're not dressing up,
screw you.
You need to go to therapy and work on your inner child.
Dress up. Yeah, exactly. What she said. That's what she said. She? Anyway, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. And go follow us on Instagram at Rants and Rabbit Trails Pod and TikTok, and give us a 5-star review if you feel in a giving mood. If you're feeling generous, go give us a little review wherever it suits your fancy. And we love you and thank you.
And you can find us also on YouTube.
Oh my God, thank you.
Where you can like our content and subscribe to our channel. And yeah.
And everyone, even though it's not Morgan's birthday anymore, go wish them a happy birthday when this episode comes out. You can comment it. And if you don't, I'm going to be upset. I'm going to show up at your doorstep barking. And not in a fun way.
Ask me how it feels to have a fully developed brain. I'll tell you, pretty bad.
Not enjoying it.
Wouldn't recommend. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, thanks for being here today. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Slay the day away.
Slay the day away, bitch. Love you. Girl, bye.
Love you, bitch.
Bitch.